Same old repetition in terms of Scotland. Bellamy ball on the up. Feels like it. Play the intro, Morg.
Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the Football Podcast, episode 10 of season 4. My name is Fennan, and joining alongside me, I've got my two merry men. Starting off, a man who I definitely would have backed getting an international call up this week over Lyndon Dykes, but unfortunately wasn't the case. But Mayhem, how are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, man, that's it. I feel like I've had a week off. Not taking in much football, which I guess doesn't scream patriot. I've seen the result and not a lot more. So I guess this is going to be a very Wales orientated episode. Apologies to anyone that tunes in for any Steve Clarke bashing. I can't even do that. Honestly, I've gone full Callum McGregor and haven't even appeared at the match.
Yeah, so, just chalked yourself off completely. I
you're
love a bit of input.
If you're looking for full in-depth analysis of the match, if that's what you come here for, one, why the fuck are you here? And two, you're not getting it. You really aren't getting it.
I feel like I can provide a little bit, but by all means, it won't be like Sky Sports-esque analysis, so to speak. But also joining us is an individual who I actually initially ruled out of action for today's episode. But thanks to him taking the late fitness test, he declared himself fit and available for selection. And here he is. Gondor, how are you doing, mate?
No, I'm doing all right, mate. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, still alive? Nice
still
day
alive.
Off?
Not particularly, no.
No? Had a bit of a dodgy stomach, didn't you?
Aye. I won't go into the grim details.
No.
Lasagna gate over here.
Cue the Liam Gallagher meme, yeah.
Had us all in fits. And Stu had the shits.
Yeah.
Anyway,
moving on.
Talking of shit.
Oh, well, no.
That's a good segue.
Talking of shit. Away from home was the Tartan Army. God love those men and women. 2024. That follow.
Yeah, cover that ground, mate.
Follow the national team all over the world. I'm not sure there is more pain attached to any national team. I'm just not sure there is. San Marino, I'm sure, but they beat Liechtenstein. They've been living off that for the next few years. I'm sure even they have more fun.
I think whoever scored San Marino's goal in that game will definitely have the key to the city, a statue in the city centre, and would basically, you'll see his face on all the, I don't know what currency they use in San Marino, but all the £5 notes, the equivalent, I guess, I don't know. But, I mean, with the Scotland result, I mean, like I said, this is taking out all of the, all the emotion behind Steve Clarke's position at the helm and with certain individuals being called up. Don't get me wrong, there are some individuals where I'm looking at them thinking, why surely there's someone better in the ranks. And I'm talking, we could list names, but then you look around them and you see like the likes of Ben Doak, who's meant to be a young and exciting prospect, the resurrection of Ryan Gould, who I honestly thought didn't really think he had any hope in hell after he vanished off the face of the earth a few years ago, but has made a comeback. But I think in terms of the performance, it was a fairly resilient one. I mean, Brian Christie coaches on a good defensive error. Well, go on, what were you going to say?
I get it, right? Because in our minds, Croatia are this all-conquering force that are in a World Cup final.
Yeah.
But we've just had the Euros, right? They're not very good.
No.
Right?
And that hangover is still...
Italy were being slandered, and they got beat by them in the Euros. So this is a Croatia team full of players that 4 years ago were superstars, and they get Kovacic still doing bits at Man City and Lucas still at Madrid and whatnot, but this isn't the same dynamic team that was going to World Cup finals and was that dark horse in every competition. This is an average team.
It is,
and unfortunately, we're in a position where there is a big hangover from the Euros, and I still think that's felt. Maybe just by me, but I think it's felt quite widely that we didn't go there and do ourselves justice. We were absolutely thumped by Germany, okay against Switzerland, and ultimately come up short against Hungary in a group that a lot of us thought that we could finally get out of it. So there is that hangover, and then the first couple of games in the Nations League weren't very good, and this has followed the same thing. There was always that worry that when we were in Group A that this was going to be what happened, that we were going to be coming up against some really, really good teams, and we're not really that good. I am a little bit disappointed I didn't tune in there, and I guess it's my own fault because I'm looking at the team there, and he played 4 at the fucking back.
He played 4 at the back. There's hope. There is hope. The thing is,
not much hope when Tony Ralston starting right back, John Suter as right centre back, Grant Hanley as left centre back. Come on, we must be able to find someone else.
This is the thing.
I'm not sure how many more people you can find because I've looked at the lineups and he only made 2 substitutions in the entire game. So he clearly hasn't got any faith in his bench at the moment anyway.
I mean, John Suter, he's playing for a team that's 3rd in the Scottish Premiership. There might be someone better than him. Grant Hanley should have retired. Gordon is bottom. Let me say it again. Sorry. Let me just rephrase that. Craig Gordon is bottom of the Scottish Premiership. Worst team. And he's in the team. This loyalty to players, where does it get you? I tell you what, Steve. Give Gareth Southgate a wee ring, and you'll quickly find out what loyalty to players gets you. Gets you the sack.
Well, I mean, like I was about to say, the more I listen to Steve Clarke, the more he sounds like Rob Page. And I'm taking quotes from him. Scotland on the right path, despite the Croatia defeat. Players should not be doubted. It's, again, like it seems like a similar pattern that Wales endured under the management of Rob Page.
It just shows you what happens when we don't have Scott McTominay banging in goals left, right, and centre. We're really quite toothless. And I'm saying that again, and I didn't watch the game, so albeit let the critics absolutely slander me because I haven't watched the game, and perhaps it was a valiant performance, but I somewhat doubt it.
I mean, like I said, it was a resilient one. Obviously, Ryan Christie takes advantage of a mishap in the back line, take the lead, and then it's a lead that lasts 4 minutes. And from that point onwards until up to the second goal, it's just resilient defending, holding their line, and eventually Croatia break it. But then I think after that second goal, I think Scotland started to really come alive again, and like Ryan Christie has a fantastic opportunity as well.
That's our whole mantra. The plucky underdog. Like, at what point does that change? I mean, my dad was growing up, with teams that were at the same level. Croatia. Look at the population of Croatia, and look at the team that they've produced. Why are we? We're passionate and resilient, and we're digging, and we're building off the foundations of Souness, Gemmell, these kinds of players, Dalglish.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at the team and I've got John Suter, Ryan Christie, and Dykes. And I'm pinning all my hopes on Ben fucking Dokes that can't get in the Liverpool reserve team.
I do remember...
Where's my Gareth Bale?
There's only one.
I do remember years ago, but not so many years ago because I was actually into football, but when Scotland went on a winning streak against the likes of France and other teams that were up there.
Oh, when James McFadden scored an absolute scorcher in France.
I remember being out with my dad and he was buzzing because we were an underdog team in the France game, but we were up there competing, at least in that tournament. But
we were still shit then.
yeah,
And
but
this has been
that
decades
should
old.
have been.
You have to go back to the 90s and Craig Bellamy and Stephen Hendry and even Ali McCoy. That's what you got to go back to for Scotland to actually to be established and to be respected. Sure, we've had moments. We've had wonder goals. We've had a plucky draw at Wembley in the Euros against that lot down south, but no one takes us seriously. Do you think England give a shit about us? No, we're just a fucking friendly that they come and play every 2 years. And fucking Jude Bellingham running the show fucking a year ago, fucking dancing off into the corner flag. Fuck that prick and all, right? That's where we've got to. We are a fucking bounce game for them, right? And then we've got to scrap around because we're at the level of Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Wales and Scotland. And I love Wales as a second nation to me, right? But we should be fucking light years in front.
Yeah,
light years in front. The foundations that were there, and we've completely lost that. Wales are ahead of us now. I look at the Welsh team, right? Even before Bellamy, it isn't just Bellamy's influence, but under Page and the players that are coming through, and you think like, Harry Wilson, he's got a bit about him. Brendan Johnson, he's got a bit about him. Not fucking Ben Doak. Not Dykes. But we were linked with Harvey Barnes. We couldn't convince him. Why couldn't we convince him to come play? Oh, I know why. Because he's going, no, I'm all right. I don't want to have to pass the Dykes. I don't want to have to try and fucking compete with the spot against Ryan Christie. And because Steve Clark's so loyal to his fucking players, I'll have to battle to get into that position, even though he's twice the player. But Kenny McLean is still playing football for us. I'd love to know how many minutes he's playing at Norwich. I imagine that's why Grant Hanley still gets. I imagine that's why Grant Hanley still gets in the team because he hides in Kenny McLean's bag when he gets called up for international duty, and then he just surprises Steve Clark like a fucking shit surprise birthday party. Jumps out of the cake, surprise gaffer.
We should have left the segment out.
Picked. I can tell you that Kenneth McLean has started every game for Norwich this season.
Oh, more for Norwich.
3 assists, 0 goals.
We're starting Hanley and Suter, and on the bench we've got Robbie McCrory. Now I know that predominantly he's played maybe wing back and right back for Aberdeen. I'm not quite sure he's played this season, but he can play centre back. He's younger. Ryan Porteous. Now I know he's a ball bag, but if you're looking at the next generation who's maybe going to lead you on for 5 years, certainly not going to be Grant Hanley. He's brung on Shea Adams. He's brung on Ryan Gould, but Ryan Gould was a prospect 10 years ago at Dundee United. Not now. The bench is so.
He's playing out in the MLS now, isn't he?
The bench is so horrifically uninspiring. Kevin Nisbet on the bench. He's got to be a better option than Dykes. Lewis Morgan.
I mean, Kevin Nisbet scored 2 goals this season in 5 games.
Scored the winner, obviously, at Dingwall. Really important.
Dykes has played 6 goals and scored 0. 6 games and scored 0 goals.
Yeah, that's no surprise.
It's a great return for him.
Yeah, so as bad as it is, to say.
He's got a yellow as well. So in those 6 games, his only thing is a yellow.
Yeah, probably for the worst tattoos ever known to mankind.
It's super difficult. You grow up on stories. I was barely even young enough to remember the '98 World Cup, and like I said, Craig Bellamy and those players, and you've obviously seen all the highlights from Euro '96 and teams that really, really brung belief. And the Tartan Army is fantastic. The passion, the fans. We just deserve, someone that's going to be a little bit bolder.
A lot better. Like you said, when we make those comparisons with Wales, and going back when the late Gary Speed put all these foundations in place for Wales as a country representing playing football, and to see how far we progressed in the way we've been playing and the style of football and the science around football now, it's like it feels like that Scotland haven't moved an inch. And like you said, you go back to those days of the eras of when, like you listed all those all-time greats, with Kenny Dalglish and Stephen Hendry and etc. It's like this is what I think you feel when we're talking Celtic and Cardiff, where there's just drastic differences. And of course there always was going to be. There's obvious ones that stand out. But in terms of how your club evolves, and this is the thing, how Wales have come so far, and we're in such a, we are in a really good place right now. The optimism, the excitement around the country right now is it's booming. But Scotland's the bipolar opposite.
Yeah, I mean, look at the team. Just pause and look at the team that come up against Iceland. Okay, 5 at the back, and I've slated Craig for that, whatever. But Joe Rodon, right, he's there for the next 10 years. Nico Williams, at least there for the next 6. Harry Wilson, what is he, 27? So he's still another good 4 years ahead of him. Brennan Johnson here for the long haul. And then what you do around that is you litter in experience with Ben Davies, obviously bringing that, Kiefer Moore up top, Roberts on wing back. I get it, he's hampered at right back. Nathan Patterson's injured, Aaron Hickey's injured, but that doesn't fix fucking Grant Hanley in the middle. How can that be your guy?
It can't. It's not. He isn't your guy. He never was.
He's Steve Clarke's guy. That's what I mean. That's his guy.
Yeah, well, these managers always have their guy, don't they?
And for Craig Gordon getting back in the team,
made a good save at one point. I'll give him that.
It's just we just need a reset, and that's what I said. I don't think it would have been the worst. Look, we were never going to do well in the Nation League. Up in Group A, it was always going to be a step too far, in my opinion. You can call that maybe pessimistic or whatever, but it was always going to be a step too far. This was the time to say to Steve, thank you for all the work you have done. All right, you've done it under scrutiny. Right? You've done it with people pulling apart your tactics. You've done it with people pulling apart your football, but you've been the most successful Scotland manager in a generation. Facts. 2 tournaments. Thank you for all you have done. But what we need to do is have a hard reset here. Bring in a younger coach.
Yep.
Right? Someone that's going to lay down an identity, right? And allow some more of the youthful players to come through and flourish and just end the careers of Craig Gordon. Take the pain. Because we're having to deal with the pain anyway. Take the pain of saying, thanks for your service, Craig. You weren't great anyway, but see you later. Grant Hanley, thanks for your service. Wish to never see you again. But just get him gone. Ryan Porteous is an absolute brainless moron. We understand that, right? But is his footballing ability in terms of defending the goal better than Grant Hanley? I would say they're pretty similar. Right, they're playing in the same league, Watford and Norwich. I would say they're pretty fucking similar. Right, is Porteous more inclined to make a stupid decision? Yes. Okay, but in terms of defenders, I can't envision him being any worse than Hanley. Ralston as well. Look, I'm not going to sit here just because he plays for Celtic and defend the guy. He is. Oh God, he's so fucking bad. If he's not passing back, he's not doing anything. And God love any other team that watch. If you support any other Scottish team and you're watching Scotland, because you must be absolutely dumbfounded how this guy's in the team. Absolutely dumbfounded because he adds nothing.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. And like I said, it just, like you said, you need a hard reset. You need a younger.
We just need to get some energy back into it. Even when we're qualifying for tournaments, there's obviously the buzz starts to kick in, but even when we were on that run in the qualifiers, and it just didn't feel how it used to. And I think the tournaments are great and all. You're there for 3 games and you're on the plane home, but yeah, something needs to change. There needs to be a reinvention,
just a
like a
new
real
lease of life throughout the
yeah.
entire setup, like going back, even like giving attention to the under-21s, the under-19s, like just being on the ball at every level and just being able to just breed through these new prospects up through the levels.
Yeah, and the clubs have got to take onus as well. I mean, you can argue maybe that Celtic obviously produced Ben Doken and he's gone down south, and Rangers have produced Nathan Patterson. But outside of that, like, and you're struggling to argue the Ben Doak thing anyway because he left so early. Nathan Patterson's been at Everton now 2 seasons, so it's a real struggle.
A year and a half as well.
Like clubs need to do more and bring in the grassroots and the Scottish FA need to really up their game because we're light years behind, man. Light years behind.
Yeah. All right. Nice. Yeah. It's just it's just not an exciting time all round at the moment, and then going into that Portugal game tomorrow. And again, it's going to be a rinse and repeat, and the hope of again putting in another valiant performance, whereas you deserve so much better.
Well, as one book feels like it's inevitably getting towards the end, we can talk about happier things as one seems to just be starting now. Obviously, it doesn't come without the side note of throwing away a 2-goal lead, but Bellamy ball in full swing.
Absolutely.
How are we feeling after that?
No, I mean, despite it was a disappointing outcome because I really felt we could have been out of sight within the first 30 minutes. I mean, Nico Williams, unbelievable vision on that boy. Like and this, just pinging these diagonal balls forward that just land right on the feet of Harry Wilson and Brennan Johnson, and we looked so dangerous. And of course, we get the 2 goals through Brennan Johnson, who's now scored 7 in the last 7 games now. The guy is in the form of his life at the moment, and it feels like I think we've contributed quite a lot towards his form at club level as well. He's performing well for Spurs, and this is the Brennan Johnson I want to see, just firing left, right, and centre. And obviously it's too soon to draw comparisons to some of the previous talisman we've had, and of course notably Gareth Bale, but that's the potential he's got. That's the kind of special player he can be, and it's good to see him perform the way he is, like Harry Wilson as well, who still proves to be a pivotal figure within the side, and then still having the likes of Kiefer Moore and Ben Davis there. The goalkeeping situation, I'm still sort of on the fence with. Do we go with Carl Darlow or do we pursue with Danny Ward? I'm slowly starting to lose patience with Danny Ward because it just feels like this guy just wants to be second choice wherever he fucking goes and pick up a paycheck on a weekly basis. But I mean, in all fairness, like he did pull off a good few saves, but I think for the second goal he should be doing better. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to take anything away from Iceland. Like, it's a fantastic first goal by Thomasson. Could we have closed him down from that distance? Probably, but the outside foot finish, has him beating all ends up.
The statistics have taken it away from him. They've given it down as a Danny Ward own goal.
Yeah, because it was a very awkward goal. Again, Thomasson, at the epicenter of that goal, finds himself down. It's one of those where he worms his way down the byline and is trying to get a ball across, and he sort of pokes it underneath Danny Ward and it hits the inside of his thigh, and it just dribbles over the line. And to concede those goals within the space of 3 minutes, we should be doing better. But hearing Bellamy talk and the way we're playing football at the moment, there's such a strong sense of optimism and excitement going forward, and he that's what he wants from everyone involved with Wales, the fans, the players, the coaches. He wants everyone to be excited. He wants them to, be a pivotal part in what we do going forward, and dare us to dream, because this is what we can do. This is us in our element right now. We welcome Montenegro to the capital tonight. It'll be, the red will stand strong as it always does. We'll be a 12th man, and honestly, I think if we can put our chances away, I can see us pulling off a huge spectacle tonight. Honestly, that's how much I back him right now. And it breaks my heart at the same time, towards you, Mayhem, because this is, taking Scotland as my second country who I follow. Obviously followed Scotland at the World Cup. Or was it World Cup or Euros? I can't even fucking remember. Euros. And
I haven't been at a World Cup since '98. It's no pain now, mate. It's all right.
Oh, mate, it will come. Don't worry, mate. We had to wait a long time ourselves. So, but that's what I want for Scotland as well. Like, it's just it feels refreshing for me to come on and talk so proudly about how far Wales have come and what milestones we've managed to achieve, and to hear it from the other end, from a country who I really, like you said, that they should be miles ahead of us, and it's sadly not the case, and it's something that I do pray that Scotland will get within the next 10, 20 years.
It's not something I don't. As you say it back to me, it sounds a wee bit condescending. It's such a compliment to Wales, what they've delivered, and by all means, you look back and I can remember them always having, like Bellamy, like Robert Earnshaw, like John Hartson, Robbie Savage, Gary Speed. There's always been that contingency, but the foundations were set for Scotland from so long ago that we really should have pushed on. And in '96 we were severely close to that England team. I'm sure English fans will argue differently because Gascoigne and all these other names, but there was real optimism that we, and obviously at that point I'm 3 years old and I don't remember it, but I've grown up with the stories that we were on par, and now what memories have we got? A couple of free kicks from Lee Griffiths and then fucking that up as well, a plucky draw. They're fucking miles ahead, and honestly on paper I believe that Wales would give England a better game than Scotland would.
No, I can't say I disagree either, and that's...
I believe, look at the transition that the Republic of Ireland have gone through. That's where we're at. I think we would struggle to beat that team. We need a hard reset. We need to bring in someone that maybe has a little bit more faith in the youth and just build up. Like, we're going to take the pain, right? But that's fine, right? Because we're used to it, and it allows a platform for us to maybe we don't get this World Cup. Maybe that would come too soon if we did that way. Maybe that's what we're hanging in for. If we keep Clark, then maybe we can get to a World Cup for the first time since '98. But it just feels like we're delaying what needs to happen because we're not producing, really.
Yeah, and I think comes with it. There's always a strong sentimental factor as well when you look at the key individuals that you have playing at the moment, and when you look back to the World Cup in Qatar and think like, is it too soon for us? Because it was 64 years prior to that when we were last in a World Cup. But then you look around and you see like Aaron Ramsey, Gareth Bale, those key individuals. It doesn't feel like there isn't any of those kind of figures for Scotland. I think the closest one at the moment would probably be the likes of Scott McTominay, Kieran Tierney.
Well, the most Scottish thing that has ever happened in my lifetime in terms of the national team is we produced two very good footballers, and they were both fucking left backs. Like, you couldn't write that shit. We've got Andy Robertson,
of course, yeah.
and Andy Robertson, Champions League winner. Kieran Tierney that was playing at Arsenal. So here you have, we're screaming out, where's our big four players? Where's our Darren Fletcher? Where's the leader? And then we produce these two, and they develop, under Jurgen Klopp, and obviously at Celtic, and then goes off to Tierney goes off to Arsenal and was a fan favourite there with his endeavour and his drive and his the power that he goes forward with. And we've got a problem that we can't fit them both in the team unless we play this shitty five at the back.
Yeah, it's just not a fun shape to go with at all. But like I said, there's a lot of excitement around Wales at the moment, and based off of we're still undefeated in this Nations League setup, and we've gone to tough places. Like going to Iceland was obviously never going to be easy. Montenegro, and in the conditions we had to play in as well, and still come away with 3 points in that game. I honestly feel, at home, Cardiff City Stadium, under the lights, I feel if we are clinical tonight, we could really cause some damage. That's how confident I feel right now.
Long may it continue. That's right. I'd love to see, 3 out of the. Is it controversial to say that the Republic of Ireland are a home nation? We'll say it anyway. Should
piss some people off, won't we?
Should be one country anyway. Don't count the 6 counties. I'll get them. All right.
Do I need to cut that?
Probably.
TikTok exclusive.
TikTok
I'd like
exclusive.
I'd love to see Wales being competitive. I'd love to see Republic of Ireland and Scotland all being competitive, all close in the gap. And back at years gone by, way back, you obviously do like the home nations where everyone played each other, and they tried to bring that back for a little while, and they went, yeah, there's no point in doing that, is there? That's a bit silly. They're miles ahead. So, look, we're always going to struggle from the player pool, but I mean, there's countries like Denmark, Croatia, that do not have this player pool that the huge nations have, but they produce fantastic players, fantastic technical players, all kinds of players. Nico Kranjčar, obviously an ex-Hun, but Luka Modric.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he, bastard?
Juranovic at right back. I mean, we got to see him up close and personal when he was there. Like, why can't we produce these kind of players? What are they doing so differently, and why are we so against doing what they're doing? Because they're working from a very similar foundation that we are, and they're producing this type of player. Again, you look at someone like Poland. I mean, Szczesny, Lewandowski, Blaszczykowski back in the years, Zielinski. Like, where are our guys? Why are we not producing these players?
That's it. It feels like, Scotland need all the inspiration possible to try and get the best out of whatever comes through the ranks.
Yeah, I'm done talking about international football.
Yeah, we're done, right.
It's big positive for Wales. I'll be tuning in, hoping to see a positive result. It's the only international football I'm going to take in this Nation League.
It'll be honestly, I'm looking forward to it tonight. Like I said, we obviously won't go for too long, but I mean, we're relying on one individual right now.
There was a club game that happened though. It was a club game.
A club game, which hang on.
Celtic beat Sligo Rovers 3-2. Scott Bain showed us exactly why he should never be in the first team and why we paid £1 million for Sinisalo, who apparently gets called up for Finland. I mean, fact check that. I don't know if it's true, but he definitely wasn't playing in the friendly, and we needed 2 late goals from Lewis Palmer to snatch the victory, but I count that as an away win in Europe. So fuck yous all.
What was the name of that
we
Finnish
just said
player?
Ireland are a home nation, didn't we?
What was the name of that Finnish player you said?
Sinisalo?
Sinisalo, the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Did he start?
I don't think he started. Let me have a look.
Nah, come on. Was it Scott Bain or?
Wait.
No, he definitely didn't play in the friendly, so I'm guessing he gets.
He's been on the bench for all of the UEFA Nations League games.
I mean, he's trying to get in front of that Hirodeki or whatever. So,
but he's been called up. Let's be fair. He's been called up.
That Hirodeki, I get. I mean, he's always had a good rating on FIFA. I think I've seen him play once or twice when Wales came up against him. He's all right. It's a good competition.
I mean, I do feel bad for him. He's literally been this Sinisalo. He's been on the bench, like his entire thing on Transfermarkt, which is where I use for most of my stats. Every single one, it just says on the bench, except the Scottish League Cup quarterfinals, where it says not in squad.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get in front of Kasper Schmeichel. So,
it's not going to happen.
I think he's the understudy. I think we paid the £1 million to be the understudy. Yeah. Obviously, already a Finnish international. No, by no means the Finnish product.
He's not Finnish. He's only 20.
23.
Yeah, I know. For the meme. Right, Gondor. You're the only man who can lift spirits here, especially for Mayhem. Come on, save us.
Are you sure it's lifting spirits? Don't you guys normally feel miserable at the end of these?
He has beat us.
He has beat us. So you know what? We do need to get you back. We need to win this week.
Lock in, knee surrender and leave. Sorry.
Gondor's terrible. There you go.
He didn't fuck it up this time.
I almost did. That's why I had to prolong the
All right, your Tenables this week. The top 10 Scottish Premier League goal scorers. Now, this is going from 1990... what year did the Scottish Prem start? 1997-98 season to present. And
I'm clinching onto you, mate, for this one.
The clues available are the goals they've scored, the number of clubs they played for, the matches they played, their nationality, and the length of their career.
And this is so from 97 up to present day.
Their career might have started before that. I've not gone for the amount of time they're in the Scottish Prem because a lot of them have moved around a lot. So I've just gone for the length of their entire career. From the moment they made their first team appearance to their retirement. There's only 2 players that are still playing football currently.
2 of them that are still playing football. Could we possibly ask the club they came from prior?
Yes, I've done something a little bit different this time. I've got the clues that I've given you, but then I've got the player profile of every single one of these available, so I can look up extra stuff if need be.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, there's definitely 2 or 3 that will get off the bat.
Yeah.
And was it top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10.
And there was a clear top 10. 11th place was 1 goal below 10th place, so it's a clear top 10.
Okay.
Right.
We're going to go with 6 lives for now.
6 lives to begin with, yeah.
Right, we know the top 2. Right. I'll say number 2, and that should clearly open it up to who's number 1 because I'm not going to say his name. So number 2 is Henrik Larsson.
Number 2 is Henrik Larsson, 147 goals.
No, don't do that to me. I thought Henrik Larsson was number 1.
No. Well, Henrik Larsson only played 186 matches in the Scottish Prem.
No. Wait, was number 1, did he play over there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Initials KB.
Yeah, I thought so. That's why. I thought he was number 2, Chris Boyd.
Chris Boyd scored 217 in 428 games.
Let me take a guess at Larsson's number. 148 goals.
So close.
153.
No. Like super close.
149. 7.
147 goals.
Right, cut. Let me take a guess at Larsson's number.
He got it first time.
Right. So now we get into the depths. Morg, you're going to say this guy's name as well because I don't want to say it. Initials KM, Scottish player.
Oh no! I don't care if he used to play for Cardiff. Kenny Miller.
Kenny Miller. Kenny Miller is in fifth
Missed
place.
the sitter against Liverpool in the Carling Cup final, though.
Fifth place, 96 goals. He played for 4 Scottish teams.
Now we start. Now it starts to break down. Now we've got to think. Right.
Just to make sure I haven't confused Fionn, I was saying Kenny Miller played for 4 Scottish teams.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that sound a bit more correct.
Well, I've got a few.
Kenny Miller, was he number 3?
He was number 5. He was number 5.
Okay, all right.
So my guess would be that I'm trying to think sort of longevity. We're maybe moving into the realms of like Gary Hooper.
Was Dembele there for long enough?
Not long.
No,
not long enough. I'm trying to hit. Scored a lot of goals. He was at Hibs as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was there for quite a while. We got 40, that infamous 40 in a season, didn't he, under Dialer?
Yeah.
That'd probably give us a good base, to be honest. If we go Griffiths and we get it wrong, then that'll probably...
Lee Griffiths is third, 121 goals in 248.
Look in his face.
He's played for 3 Scottish teams.
Well, yep, there we go. That set the base, didn't it?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 5 so far. Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 5 so far.
Gary Hooper?
Gary Hooper's got to be there. Come on.
Gary Hooper is in 20th place. He's only scored... Wait, let me see. Let me make sure I get the right one. He's only scored 63 goals.
No.
In 95 appearances.
I guess he left.
Mate.
Well, now we have a problem.
Because
that means that
I might have got one. I don't know. Hang on. I'm so scared because I know because we've got 5 lives, but I don't want to lose them all at once. But he is from the other side, and I feel like I'm obliged to say it. What's his name? Is it Nikita Jelavic?
He wasn't there long enough.
Was he not?
Are we saying that wasn't a guess?
I mean, you can go for it, mate.
No, it's not a guess. He scrolled down. He definitely scrolled down.
No, I was just confirming it's not a guess.
No, it's not a guess. It's not.
I'm not even on my big list of ones yet. I'm still looking at the ones you've guessed to get more information about them.
I think in terms of people from the other side, I think Alfredo Morelos would be closer to the top 10 than Nikita Jelavic.
And again, that's good for longevity as well. That might be.
You can say his name.
Yeah, I'll say it. Morelos.
Morelos is in 12th.
Oh fuck! He was struggling.
He got 76 goals in 165 games.
You half that. That's the number of red cards he got.
I can actually tell you the number of red cards you got. I think. No, I can't.
Well, let's be brutally honest, right? There's been a domination in Scottish football from Celtic since the early 2000s, definitely. So. Trying to think of some players that we've had on the books. Obviously, Hooper wasn't there, but we've had Anthony Stokes. We've had Scott McDonald. He scored a few goals.
Oh, he might have been up there. Scott McDonald. What about I don't know about longevity, like Chris Sutton and John Hartson. They weren't there for long enough, were they? John Hartson was there for a bit.
Yeah, Hartson more likely than Sutton, I think.
Yeah.
Just because Sutton played a more sort of would have kind of played more of that assist role and hold up role, and at that time obviously they both had they were passing to God. So,
With God.
Yeah, I think I would probably. It's difficult. I'm going to trust in the Welsh brethren and say John Hartson.
John Hartson is in 10th place, 84 goals from 142 matches played. And then with Larson and Hartson, you've taken the only two players on this top 10 list that played for a single club throughout their entire time in Scotland.
I thought you were going to say Celtic then, when that's not the right list.
So multiple clubs. Scott McDonald played for Motherwell as well, I think.
Yeah,
so that
he was at Motherwell. That might be a good guess, actually.
Yeah, let's go Scott McDonald.
Scott McDonald is in 4th place, 115 goals from 275 appearances.
Okay.
And I can confirm he played for Motherwell.
Got the top 5 and number 10.
You've not got the top 5. You've got the top 4.
No, we got 5th place.
Sorry, 6th place. I forgot to update that. Kenny Miller was in 6th place.
Oh, he's not in 5th.
So you've still got the 5th place. So you got the top 4, number 6, and number 10. I hadn't fully updated my table from last week, where there was a tie for 5th place.
Slacking. Right, okay. So ones that played for multiple clubs.
And
I can confirm that you still got one player that's still currently at this time plays football. The rest have all retired.
Currently still plays.
Doesn't play in the Premiership anymore, but he still plays.
In Scotland?
Nope.
Not much help to me then.
Does he play in like a obscure league now? If he still plays, he's got to be getting on now.
He plays currently in the National League North.
National League North. Oh wait, hang on, I might have got it. Go on. Is it?
Go on. Who do you think?
Are the initials AR?
Yeah, so I thought Adam Rooney. Yeah.
It's Adam Rooney. He's in 9th place. He got 85 goals in 215 appearances.
As soon as you said National League North.
Yeah. It's a lot of goals.
So the rest are retired now. So
the rest have retired. You've got 3 left to guess.
All play for more than one Scottish club. Okay.
More than one Scottish Prem club.
Well, I think we've got enough lives, and I'm starting to hit a wall. So and it's going to annoy me if he's in the list. So I think we just pitch Anthony Stokes. Anthony Stokes.
Anthony Stokes is 5th, 102 goals in 208 appearances.
Okay, did better than we thought. Yeah, because he was on the books at Celtic, and was it Hibs as well?
And Livingston or Falkirk. Which one would it have been? Where were Falkirk in 2006?
We could. They may have been up there.
Because the other Scottish team is Livingston, and that was in 2020.
Yeah, it would have been Livingston, yeah.
Okay. He was only there for a month. Then he retired.
Not banter. That's what Livingston does to you.
Ask Kenny Miller.
All right, 2 more. 7 and 8.
7 and 8. All right.
No, it's not going to be anyone. There's no one that played for Celtic, is there?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So there's someone that. Oh god. Because the only one that. No. The only other striker I can think of that played for multiple clubs.
How long has no? He said that they're not playing anymore. He's not playing anymore. That's what he said, didn't he? God.
He did get around a bit though.
He did, yeah. Where did I see him the other day? He's at a new club now because he was at United, Dundee United.
Yeah.
But he's somewhere else now.
No, it's someone in the Championship.
No, it's in the Premier. He's playing against Aberdeen. What, is he back at Motherwell now?
I don't know. Because he's getting on a bit. Oh my god.
He has had some absolute like.
Tony Watt currently plays for Motherwell.
Oh, okay.
That's back.
He's. Oh god, what could have been if we went under a transfer embargo?
He has had some crazy career. It's like a proper like player pro career mode, isn't it? Like,
that's a Cardiff legend.
I'm
fantastic loan spell.
Very curious as to who he's played for now.
Yeah, he's had some strange transfers.
When he was at Charlton, and we managed to loan him, and he was available for $2 million.
Was he not playing in Russia at one point though? He was
Standard
Liège.
Surprised me.
He played for Standard. CSKA Sofia. He played for.
Yeah.
That's Bulgaria.
He's been in some weird ass places.
Great holiday.
Played for Leuven as well.
Oh,
Never heard.
In Belgium. Yeah, I forgot he went to Belgium.
He's been to Belgium twice. He played for Liège as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's think. I think in Nacho Novo.
He came to mind. Did he play for anyone else in Scotland?
Something's vaguely telling me he has. I couldn't recite the team, but somebody's telling me he has played for someone else. Thinking like Stephen Naismith.
Oh wait, that's got to be it. Surely, he's got to be one.
How many lives have we got?
You've got 4 lives remaining.
Right.
Is it 4 lives? Yeah, it's 4 lives remaining.
4 lives. All right, I'm gonna go for a punt and go Stephen Naismith.
Stephen Naismith was 16th. He scored 73 goals.
Dog shit.
So what have we got left then? 3?
3 lives left.
May as well punt Novo then, I guess.
Nacho Novo is not a correct one. He was 14th. He scored 73 goals as well.
Oh,
even that.
You do have other clues still available to you,
All right, which clubs did they play for?
Oh, God.
I mean, that's a bit much, isn't it?
Is it too much?
I can tell you their nationalities to begin with if you want.
All right, go on then. Yeah.
So 7th place is English and 8th place is Scottish.
Right, okay.
And I can tell you how many clubs each of them played for.
Okay.
So 7th place, he played for 5 clubs. And 8th place, he played for 2 clubs.
I wonder if the English one is Billy McKay.
He's not English, is he? Oh, who's that one that... Oh, what was it? Higdon?
Michael Higdon. I think Billy McKay classifies as English these days, man.
I thought he was like Northern Irish or something. I don't know.
Neither do I, to be honest.
He could be one of those that's got dual nationality, playing for one club at youth and one club at another.
Can't make his mind up.
Larson was one of those. He qualified for 2 nationalities.
Yeah.
And Scott McDonald as well.
The good old Scottish Aussie. The
Served him in office, actually.
The English one. Where was that Louis Moult from?
Louis Moult. Easy.
Because he's back. Oh no, he's playing actually now, and he's back at Dundee United, I think. So it's not him. Yeah, Michael Higdon maybe. He did all right, didn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I remember him having one good season, but I know he went to Holland, did shit, and then I don't know where the hell he ended up after that.
Scottish though, and they're not players. It's not like anyone that's like. It's not going to be like Nesbitt or anyone that's like creeped on.
When you go down to one life left, I'll start giving you clubs as clues as well.
When we go down to one life left, okay.
So you got one more, and then I'll start giving you which clubs they played for as clues.
Okay.
Pitch. You might as well pitch Higdon. Go on.
Yeah, go on then. Michael Higdon.
Michael Higdon was 15th. He also scored 73.
73, right. Man. That thing's
so. Do you want me to start with the English or the Scottish?
The English.
The English.
Scottish. Okay.
Scottish.
Yeah,
all right. Scottish guy started his Prem career at Hibernian.
Okay.
Then this is where my knowledge of the Scottish Prem goes to shit, because I don't know if that was a Prem team. I'm guessing not. From Hibs, he got loaned to Cowden Beef. They were not a Prem team.
No, they weren't. No.
But then he was signed to Celtic.
Oh, it's Derek Ryden.
Riordan.
Yeah, it's Derek Riordan.
Ryden? How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Ryden. Yeah, Derek Ryden.
Derek Ryden, yeah.
Yep, that was number 8. 93 goals in 235 appearances. So the two Scottish Prem teams he played for are obviously Hibs and Celtic.
Yeah.
So you've got your English player left.
Okay, go on.
And he started his football career at Tottenham. And then went on loan to Carlisle.
Okay.
His first Scottish team he played for, it was in 2003, he went to Raith Rovers.
Okay.
In 2004, he went to Dundee United, which then changed to Dundee FC. He has played for St Mirren, Motherwell, Hearts, back to Motherwell, St Johnstone, St Mirren. He had a career break and retired with Morton.
I haven't got a fucking Scooby.
And I'm pretty sure you've said his name already once tonight.
Said his name?
When you were working out who might be on the list.
Oh, so we may have said his name.
He's made 305 appearances across those 5 clubs and scored 95 goals.
95 goals. And I was just at St Mirren. That's all we did. Tottenham, Carlisle, St Mirren, Dundee on loan, St Mirren.
I mean, there were other clubs that he went to. He's been to Millwall, Swindon Town, Millwall again, Wickham, Central Coast, which is an Australian team.
Oh, see, that should help. That should have helped us.
That was in 2012.
Oh,
have you got it?
He went on loan to Central Coast.
He's
No, it's not him. It's not him.
He's a big fella.
Wait, I can potentially. He's 1.86 meters.
He's a lump.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He was born on Boxing Day.
Oh, that narrows it down.
I could give you his middle name. This website is fantastic for these top 10 stuff. I can give you his middle names. Not that would help you.
Oh, mate.
His national team career, there isn't one.
See his face.
He played for England under 16s.
Oh, good on him.
But he never debuted, so I think he only made it onto the bench.
I can see his face, and my brain has him imprinted in a Motherwell
What
top
year did
for
he
some
go
reason.
to Central Coast?
He went on loan to Central Coast from Hearts in 2012, and he was there for a month.
That just said.
He went on loan February 2012 and came back May 2012.
Yeah, 2 up.
I can't.
So he went to Motherwell in July of 2013, and he was there for 2 years.
It's not this person because there's a defender, but the only name that is lodged in my brain is John Suter, and I know it isn't his name.
No.
It's something like that.
It's very, very, very close to that. Yes.
Yeah, it's something like that. I can't fathom it.
I feel like I should give this one because of how close it was to what you said. It's John Sutton.
Sutton.
John Sutton.
I think you maybe got confused when we said Chris Sutton.
Oh, did you say Chris Sutton? You said Sutton.
Oh God, you know what? If you just said Sutton, we would have been sweet.
John Sutton. Yeah.
So
Again, at the final hurdle.
No, I'll give that one. You said Suter.
No, I can't take that.
It's close enough. Like I wouldn't expect to remember every single name.
John Sutton.
He played for Millwall.
Yeah, but like...
In 2004, he played for Millwall, and in 2003.
Where was Billy McKay? Tell me quickly.
Billy McKay was 11th.
I know he scored goals. That little shit. Always Inverness popping up.
83 goals. He scored one less than John Hartson.
Where was this list from?
Transfermarkt.
Right, give me 2 seconds. Let me look this list up.
I honestly wouldn't have got John Sutton personally.
Only with the hints did I get anywhere near. It wouldn't have been someone that come to mind.
Yeah. Chris Sutton is 22nd. And now I see that there's another Sutton on the list.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's...
Look at this Niall McGinn.
Where's Niall McGinn?
13th. 75 goals.
Oh, but he's been about a bit, though, hasn't he?
Stephen Thompson. Yeah. James Tavernier, 71 penalties.
Now the important thing is that you don't use this website too much for your own use, because this is where I do most of my Tenables from.
Oh man,
Stevie May, he was in my head as well. He's way down there.
I mean, James Tavernier's on the list because he scored 44 penalties.
Yeah, and
that's why. John Daly as well. Maybe that's who I was getting them mixed up with. Maybe John Sutton.
Daly, yeah.
Maybe
was it Dundee United?
Maybe John Sutton's got a hard time there. Me calling him a lump, and I was getting confused with John Daly.
Yeah, John Daly was massive. You should fact check how big he is, mate. He is.
Oh, that'll be easy. Whereabouts was he on the list?
Funky boy.
There we are, 27th. John Daly, 1.91 meters, so 191 centimeters.
Louis Moult was 65.
High on me.
65.
Do you want to know how bad that other guess that was? All right. But see if you know this person. Shota Alvarez was above him in 64th. There's a blast from the past for you. Rangers player. David Goodwillie. He is an unspoken name these days in Scottish football.
Right, I think we should finish up now. Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah, on that note, we're going to wrap it up there. Boys, thank you very much for a very fun episode. I know, obviously, the circumstances are never great during this time of the year, but good to have the company of each other, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun in the end, until we mentioned that name. But, yeah.
Fucking John Sutton, huh?
John Sutton.
No, I'll never forget him.
Who's
the seventh all-time top goal scorer? If I ever know that.
John fucking Sutton. Ladies and gents, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications over on YouTube. You can also catch us on all audio platforms, including Spotify and Apple. And until next time, ladies and gents, I bid you all good night and a star.